the rising star of the Spanish monarchy, Princess Leonor. Once upon a time, in a palace overlooking Madrid, a little girl was born into destiny. Her name was Leonor. The world called her princess. But Spain saw her as hope. Yet what if I told you, she didn't just inherit a crown, she earned it. This isn't the story of privilege. It's the story of preparation. The story of a young woman who turned quiet grace into quiet power. Princess Leonor, the rising star of the Spanish monarchy. Let's begin. When Princess Leonor was born on October 31, 2005, the Spanish royal family was already facing challenges, modern scrutiny, political division, and public doubt. But no one knew that this newborn baby would become the symbol of renewal for a monarchy struggling to stay relevant in the 21st century. From her earliest years, Leonor's upbringing was defined by purpose. While most children learn fairy tales, Leonor learned the history of Spain, not as a spectator but as its future leader. Her parents, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, shaped her with balance, tradition in one hand, modernity in the other. Her mother, a former journalist, instilled in her discipline, intellect, and independence. Her father, Spain's reigning monarch, taught her duty, composure, and the weight of the crown. Between them, they built not just a princess, but a future queen molded by both heart and responsibility. By the time Leonor turned 10, her presence in public was already drawing attention. Calm, polished, yet surprisingly natural, she didn't perform royalty, she lived it. But what truly caught the world's eye came in 2019, when she delivered her first public speech. Her voice was soft, her tone steady, and her message powerful. She spoke of unity, of Spain's shared identity, and of the responsibility of the new generation. For the first time, Spaniards saw more than a girl, they saw a leader in bloom. But leadership is never easy. Behind the polished royal image, Leonor faced enormous pressure. She was the first female heir to the Spanish throne in modern times, a position shadowed by centuries of expectation and male dominance. Every move, every smile, every pause was studied by the press. Yet, she never faltered. In 2021, Leonor left Spain to continue her education at the prestigious UWC Atlantic College in Wales, the same institution that shaped many of Europe's young royals. It was a pivotal step in her journey. Away from home, away from her crown, she lived as a student, equal among peers. No titles, no fanfare, just Leonor, the girl who would one day be queen. Her time abroad opened her perspective to a world beyond palace walls. Friends described her as kind, grounded, and surprisingly humble. She studied international politics, history, and philosophy, preparing herself not just to reign, but to understand. And yet, even in her absence, Spain followed her every step. Each public appearance, her poised demeanor, her thoughtful gestures, added to her growing legend. By 2023, she had officially begun military training, following the path of her father before her. And when she stood in uniform for the first time, standing tall and composed before Spain's flag, the nation held its breath. She wasn't just their princess anymore. She was their protector. It was a defining image, a young woman in command, her gaze steady, her posture unyielding. The face of Spain's future. But perhaps the most symbolic moment of all came in 2023, when she took her oath of allegiance to the Spanish Constitution on her 18th birthday. In a single, unforgettable moment, Princess Leonor promised loyalty to the people, to democracy, and to the values of her nation. Millions watched. Many wept. In her words, they heard not just ceremony, but conviction. It was the day Spain saw not just a princess, but its next queen. What makes Leonor's story so extraordinary isn't just her title. It's her transformation. She has managed to embody the timeless grace of royalty while connecting with a new, modern audience, especially the youth who see in her a reflection of balance, tradition without rigidity, strength without arrogance, duty without distance. Unlike the royal figures of the past, Leonor represents change, the quiet, intelligent kind. She doesn't dominate headlines with scandal. She doesn't chase attention. Instead, she earns respect through restraint. She has become a global symbol of poised modern monarchy, admired not just in Spain, but across Europe. Danish, British, and Swedish royals have all recognized her as the next great leader of Europe's young royal generation. And as the 2025 royal wedding unfolded in Denmark, the lavish celebration that captured the world, Leonor's evolution felt complete. The elegant bride, graceful yet radiant, represented not just Spain, but the unity of a new Europe. The wedding wasn't just about love. It was about legacy, a fusion of two nations, Spain and Denmark, and a symbol of a new royal era. Her choice of gown, timeless and minimalist, reflected her character perfectly, strength in simplicity. Her speech that day moved millions, speaking of duty wrapped in love, and love grounded in service. And when she stepped onto that balcony, the crowd below roaring in admiration, Leonor didn't simply wave as a bride. She waved as a queen in waiting. Now, as she stands poised to inherit the throne, her journey has become a lesson in patience, power, and purpose. Spain looks at her not just as their monarch-to-be, but as a living bridge between its history and its future. The monarchy she will one day lead is not the same one her father inherited. It's one redefined by transparency, equality, and authenticity, values Leonor already embodies effortlessly. Every era has a figure who defines it. For Spain, it is Princess Leonor. A princess who learned humility before authority, service before recognition, and love before duty. Her path is still unfolding, but one thing is certain, her rise is inevitable. She is not just the daughter of a king, she is the heartbeat of a nation ready to believe again in its crown. From Madrid to the world, the name Princess Leonor now stands for grace, renewal, and destiny. And as Spain watches her prepare for her future reign, one thought echoes through palaces and hearts alike. The future is not coming. It's already here. And her name is Leonor.